السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Respected brothers and elders, mothers and sisters in Islam, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep us in the company of the righteous in this world. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raise us amongst the righteous on the day of Qiyamah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fill our lives with mercy and rahmah, as all of us are in the need of the rahmah and the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So alhamdulillah, the month of Ramadan is just a few days away. We can count almost on our fingers now. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give barakah and blessings in our lives, in our health, in our iman, that we find this month of Ramadan truly uplifting for all of us. The hadith for tonight is the hadith from Sahih al-Bukhari, where Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned, and he said, indeed there is a gate in Jannah, paradise, which is called Rayyan. And as we know from the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there are particular doors to Jannah. And the Nabi of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in one particular hadith said, I know a name of a person. When they will enter in front of Jannah, all 8 doors will call upon this individual. And then Rasulullah said, he is none other than the son of Abu Quhafa. His name is Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Right? And there are few individuals for whom Rasulullah gave this glad tidings, that all 8 doors of Jannah will welcome that individual. Amongst them was Khadijatul Kubra radiallahu anha as well. In another riwayah, another tradition, Rasulullah said, that if a woman who spends her life in a way that she is, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with her, and her husband is also happy at the time of her demise, the Nabi of Allah said that 8 doors of Jannah will call upon that woman as well. Right? So not only was it for the Sahaba as well, but the excellence of our actions can also lead us towards such high levels of the closeness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well. So there are particular doors of Jannah. One of them is known as Rayyan. And why Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu was said to be this? Because subhanAllah, the characteristics and the amal of his life was subhanAllah something different from others. There's one riwayah, one tradition that's just sidetracking from this. One day the Nabi of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam post Fajr, after Fajr, was sitting with the Sahaba. And the Nabi of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, who amongst you is fasting? And this was not to put anyone down, but to show the excellence of virtues in the life of Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. So Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, hesitation, but of course he said, with the blessing of Allah, I am. The Nabi of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, who has visited a sick person? So Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu said, I did. It's early morning, he already has done that. He said, I already visited a sick person. Then the Nabi of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, who gave sadaqah? Who gave charity today? Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu said, I did, right? So he went through a few actions. And when all of these were the actions that Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu had done, the Nabi of Allah said, a person who combines all of these actions in one day, then Jannah becomes mandatory for that person. So meaning in every single action of his life, he approached excellence, ihsan. And that's what we also need to approach, right? When it comes to salah, it's not just about making namaz and salah and leaving. It's about reaching the excellence of salah. That our salah can get us everything from the treasures of Allah. The main maqsad, the main purpose of salah is to be able to directly benefit from the infinite treasures of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? Even though it seems a bit complicated, but the real essence of salah, of course, along with the remembrance of Allah, with fulfillment of an obligation and faridah, all of these are important things. But amongst one of the greatest actions of salah is to be able to directly benefit from the ultimate treasures of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That our two rakats can get us direct help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? That's why Rasulullah said, even if it's salt, or even if it's the lace of your shoes, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for it. Right? And now I expect that my 2 rakats can get us Jannah. I can't even get 2 pieces of bread from my salah. Right? That's what the quality of my salah is. We all need to work upon the excellence of our action. So when it comes to fasting, when it comes to salah, when it comes to hajj, when it comes to sadaqah, when it comes to all of these beautiful actions, we should try to be the most excellent in those actions. Just like this hadith, Rasulullah said, there is indeed a gate in Jannah called Rayyan, and those who fasted will enter through it on the Day of Judgment. Not only a fast that was hungry or thirsty, but a fast that was truly a fast. a fast that really fulfilled the haqq of fasting for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not only abstaining from food and drinking, but everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had forbidden from us, where we fulfilled the haqq of fasting itself. So the Nabi of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that a specific door for the people of Jannah who have fasted, and no one else will enter from it. And then it was asked, no one will also enter through it along with it. It will be said, where are those who fasted? It will be an announcement that all you made. Then they will get up. They will rise from amongst the entire ummah, and there will be none other than those that entered through it. And once those people, the sa'imeen, have entered, it will be closed, and no one will be able to enter through it anymore. This is the excellence of fasting. So, brothers and elders, mothers and sisters in Islam, as the month of Ramadan is approaching, we should spiritually, mentally, physically prepare ourselves that not only is it just to stay hungry and thirsty, but to inshallah commit the rest of our life on the obedience of Allah. The haqq of fasting is to create taqwa in our life, the consciousness of Allah. And that consciousness of Allah remains when everyone is watching me and when no one is watching me. When the entire world is in one place and the command of Allah is on the other side. So the real essence of fasting is taqwa. May Allah give us taqwa and truly allow us to benefit from the coming month of Ramadan, inshallah. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallah wa bihamdik.